Have you ever found yourself wondering how some Apex players are able to call where the zone will go no matter what? It seems like they have visions of the future with how precise they can be at calling these. Is it sorcery? Do they have cheats? How is it possible for these players to know these things? Well, if you have been asking yourself that question, it's a good thing that you clicked on this video. I'm 8-Second Gaming, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to be able to read every zone in Apex. Over my thousands of hours of playing Apex at high levels and even in pro tournaments, I've been able to learn this skill, and now I'm going to share that with you. So get your skis shined up, grab a stick of juicy fruit, and let's hop into the tips. Starting off, you have to understand that this kind of skill takes time to learn and master to the point that some pro players have. It's not an overnight success that you'll just be able to pick up right away. This video is going to give you all that foundational work in order to set you up to be that leader in your squad. You know, the guy who's able to see one zone and say with absolute confidence, yeah, it's pulling here. Being able to call circles and set yourself up for the best spot for endgame is huge. When people ask me tips on ranking up, the first thing I always say to them is learn how rings pull. So let's start off with tip number 1, and that's understanding zone logic. To most people, the way that zone pulls feels completely random, and it's almost like an employee at Respawn is throwing darts at a board to decide where the next ring will go. But there is actually some logic that it follows. Like, for example, if the zone is favoring bottom right of the map, it will more than likely continue to pull to the bottom right for the next set of zones. Notice how I said more than likely though? Respawn did make some changes a few seasons ago that added a lot more randomness to the last couple of zones in order to make it harder to read. What this means is a zone can be pulling to the bottom right, then flip the script and start going left for final zones. It is annoying and can lead to some people getting screwed out of what seemed to be a really good spot. But it also makes for more exciting endgames with teams scrambling. Some find it annoying, I kinda find it fun. The best way to counter this is to try to put yourself in a spot that no matter where it pulls, you either are in a good spot to hold or can easily rotate. However, I can't tell you exactly what to play because it changes with every single game. It changes based on the people around you, who you're playing with, what legends you're playing, what legends other teams are playing, how many squads are left. There are too many variables, but usually what you'll want to do is hold a building as they give you the best chance at setting yourself up for success. And speaking of setting yourself up for success, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, please drop a like, and if you want to continue to see these amazing educational videos, you'll definitely want to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. We post daily videos aimed at making you the best Apex player you can possibly be, so you won't want to miss any videos. Now that we have that covered, let's jump right into tip number 2, and that's simply memorizing previous zones. Most of the time, if you're watching people call zones, they base it off other games that they've played in. Most pros that you watch have played thousands of games and have remembered most of those circles. This, however, is a harder one to nail down because Apex has so much going on. You've already got a full plate. Adding on remembering where zones go is very tough and can lead to mistakes happening. This is very easy to fix, and it's not to dwell on it too hard. Instead of drilling every zone into your head, just constantly glance at your map. Over the course of playing your games, you'll start to remember certain zones pulling places, and then you can relay that information to your team. And if you happen to be in a 3-stack, you can then bounce ideas off of each other and use your collective knowledge. One technique I've seen some players use is to divide the map into 3 segments. Each player takes a segment and learns as many circles as they can, and when it pulls there, they take over as the zone caller. I personally don't recommend this one, but I've seen it done with some good results, and if you and your squad can master this, I can see it working well. Remembering certain zones is an easy way to slingshot you and your team into higher ranks. People in low elo don't put as much thought as they should into learning these tips, and when learned and understood is a good way to start climbing easier. But now let's play a little game. I'm going to put a zone on screen, just the first circle, and I want you to try and guess where the zone ends. Slowly I'll add the next couple circles in and you can see if you can get it right. Are you ready? Let's begin. Get it yet? What about now? Getting closer. Almost there. Well, did you get it? If you got it right, what was the circle that gave it away to you? Let me know in the comments. But moving on, let's go to tip number 3, and that is don't be afraid to fail. There once was a green puppet from a small film called Star Wars, and he said the greatest teacher is failure. You shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes. It happens to everyone all the time. I make mistakes, you make mistakes. My parents made one 23 years ago. It happens to the best of us. Don't let calling the wrong zone throw you off. Learn from it, remember the zone for next time, and then focus on your rotation. There is more for for me to say about how zones work, but since Respawn did change rings, there isn't a lot more I can say. Again, like I said before, this is just a video to give you foundations to build your skill on. These are one of the tips that you as a player must build upon and learn over time. I really hope you learned something from this video and are able to start calling zones more accurately. If you did learn something and enjoyed this video, please again guys, give it a big ol' thumbs up. And if you want to continue to get these awesome videos as soon as they come up, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.